pretty serious concerns back in the aftermath of the two MAX tragedies and some issues with production overall. A number of things have been done. Greater FAA individual sign-off on aircraft. That was a major change. Also, frankly, the biggest change they've made is bringing in a new CEO about a year ago, and he's been pretty transformational, especially considering that the last CEO might have been the worst CEO ever to hit the aerospace and defense industry. So definitely a number of big changes. Travel growth is extremely strong. People want to travel. There's absolutely no evidence that either airlines or the traveling public are avoiding any particular kind of jet at all. So I think there's always the theoretical concern about brand damage and whatever else, but the numbers don't speak to any of that.
Well, speaking to Boeing specifically, I think what happened with the Max was absolutely critical for fundamentally changing attitudes toward Boeing. It was sort of shocking the way that the Max story unfolded. First, you have these early crashes, and then it turns out there are a lot of compromises made along the way, which might have contributed to what happened. For the general public, most of the blame fell on Boeing and the way they did business when it came to making this new aircraft. And there's been a lot done about that. And unfortunately, there was so much attention paid to Boeing by the government and by the industry and by the general public that anything Boeing did or anything that happened with a Boeing aircraft in the last 5 years has been magnified. Uh, from the door falling off to what happened today, even if it had nothing to do with the Max. I don't think it has made their customers run to another supplier. First of all, there's a limited number of suppliers who have a product that has that sort of uh, capability for those customers. So you're basically talking about Embraer, Boeing, Airbus, and not much else. And sure, you can go to Airbus, but any relationship an airline has with an aircraft model is not just when they buy it, it will be for decades to come. And if you look at the support that the airlines, the aircraft manufacturers do with their aircraft, that is as important, if not more so, than the actual selling of the aircraft itself.